Hey, hello everyone. This is a forward webinar, and tonight we're going to be talking about treating your business like a business. And Jessica is here joining me, and we have a list of topics that we wanted to go through that we think would be really helpful for you when doing your LuLaRoe business and really anything. So let's just start. And then if you have any questions, this is interactive. So feel free to ask a question and hope to answer, and we can make this interactive. All right. So I guess I'll just start with the first thing so we decided that we wanted to talk to everyone about how to treat your business like a business. This is something that we hear a lot in LuLaRoe, and we thought we should define what that actually means. Like, what does it mean to treat your business like a business? And the first easiest thing to say is that when you start LuLaRoe, you want to do something for LuLaRoe every single day. So you want to work something on your business every day, whether that's posting in your group, planning out your pictures, taking care of your calendar to get ready for your next event. You want to do something to help your business every single day. And at the beginning, that will seem like, okay, well, I did something today, but nothing happened. But every little thing that you do in the end will give you a good result. So you want to wear LuLaRoe, you want to promote LuLaRoe, and you want to eat, drink, and breathe LuLaRoe. Jessica, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think with posting in your group and keeping people engaged is a big thing. I think it's hard for, people want to have these big online sales, but if you don't post in your group for, a week, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm having a sale tomorrow, and you want people to be engaged, it's hard to get them engaged. So you're going to remember the groups that you post something every day, post something about LuLaRoe, post an outfit of the day, what you're wearing. Sometimes it's fun to do something not LuLaRoe related. You've probably seen the ones going around, your rock star name or your unicorn name, just to do something to get people engaged. And also, the more engaged they are in your group, the more it shows up on their news feed, the more your posts they see, and so it makes you stand out more. So that's definitely a big thing.
Right. And then in keeping your customers engaged in your VIP or your shopping group or whatever you want to call it, one of the rules that people talk about is to not post more than 3 times a day. You don't want to start spamming people. You don't want it to be too annoying, but you want to post something that is engaging, that creates other people to comment or post, just like Jessica said, to keep your page in the eye of the customer. Because you know how Facebook works is that if you're not being engaging, your posts aren't going to show up on a feed. So you want a lot of people to be able to comment. So it's very important to do that. Anything else?
I think that covers that.
Okay. We have a whole list. So along with being engaging, you sometimes have to get outside of your comfort zone. So sometimes you have to do things that maybe aren't in your personality. So for me, when I started LuLaRoe, I made sure that I looked for vendor events. So I booked myself for one vendor event every single month. And the reason why I did that was it kind of brought me out of my shell. So it made me more comfortable talking about the product, talking about the company with people. When I started about a year and a half ago, nobody knew about LuLaRoe in Massachusetts. It was totally new. So it was really important to be able to explain what I was doing, that I wasn't that I do parties, that I can do online sales, and I have these great clothes, and this is how it fits, and this is how, X, Y, and Z. It was really important for me to get outside of my comfort zone. That also helped me to increase my customer base. So someone might have seen me at a vendor event and might not necessarily have bought something then, but a lot of times they ended up on my Facebook page and started following me. And then, these people then became customers and my hostesses later. So for me, getting outside of my comfort zone was being out amongst people all the time. Because I'm kind of a homebody, so it was really good to do that. Okay.
Too, and then I think with vendor events, looking especially in the fall, there, at least in Maine, there's tons of craft fairs and holiday fairs, and those are all good things to hook up with. I've also had a lot of success. I try to do one like public sale a month because sometimes people are more comfortable coming to a public place to shop than coming to my house to shop. And so I try to hook up with local businesses too that have a big open space. Just connect. Everybody likes free clothes, or most women like free clothes. So I have partnered with the dance studio that my daughter dances at, I give the owner the hostess rewards, and she's earned close to $200, $300 at a time in free clothes by letting me host at her place. I'm doing a day spa coming up in October. There's 2 indoor play places for kids that we've teamed up with, and we're going on our second sale at one of them. Actually on Saturday, there's going to be 6 of us there. So teaming up with things like that, we're donating the hostess rewards in cash to them to buy more toys for the kids. So we're promoting it as supporting a local business, supporting small business, helping the kids in the community, buying clothes. So you can, put your name out there in the community with a positive image, and people will remember you. People remember your face. They like to see consistency in people. You have people follow you. Like, I have people driving half an hour, 40 minutes to come shop with me because I travel. So I think it's good to connect with local businesses and come together for different things.
Great. It's really great. And I also think it's really important to always know what your calendar is. So when you go to these events, if you have the opportunity to book a party, that's really hard to do if you're like, oh yeah, I'll get back to you, I don't have my calendar right now. So always be prepared. So that's one of those things that you would work on every day. It's making sure that you know when you're available, when you're free to do an online party, when you're free to do a hosted party, and when those times are already booked. You don't have to double book yourself. So that's something that's really smart to do. So book as much as you can, but don't stress yourself out where you're, putting yourself too thin. Be smart about it, and make sure that you're always booking.
I can say one more thing about booking too. What I try to do, because where Maine is pretty rural, I do travel up to an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to get to a show. So like if I'm going an hour away, I try to like reach out to customers that I know are in that same town or around that same town to say, hey, I'm coming down your way anyway. Do you want to do a pop-up? I'm going to be right by your house, and then that gets people engaged too. And like, oh, well, she's already here, so it doesn't matter that she's traveling an hour. To try to do 2 in a day to, save some gas and make more bang for your buck if you're traveling far away for a pop-up.
Right. Don't be afraid to travel. I've found that some of my best parties have been in New Hampshire, and I'm in Massachusetts on the Rhode Island border. So, I find that people really appreciate the fact that I will pack up my car and come out there to them and give them a great time, and they get their friends to come. So I think that, the pop-up is really, it's really a strong tool that we have, and it also drives my online sales. So if I didn't go in person, I wouldn't have the online sales that I currently have, because there's something special about being able to touch the clothes, to be try them on so they fit for you. And then later when you post up that dress or whatever is someone's unicorn, they're more apt to buy it because they know how it's going to fit. Okay. All right. So we booked all these parties, we've done our vendor events, and now we need more inventory. So Jessica, do you want to talk about how you plan out your inventory?
Yeah, definitely. So I started, for those of you that don't know me, in November 2015. So I'm coming up on a year. I definitely grew my inventory pretty quick because I heard the more you have, the more you sell, and I wasn't gonna go small with this. So what I did was I took the advice of a lot of the trainings I listened to, was to pick a style, expand everything you have in that style, and then move on. So I'm not exactly sure how many you guys get in your inventory now. So say you have Julia's, and say they give you, 4 or 5 in the smaller and bigger sizes and 8 in the middle. They recommend that you have somewhere around 10 to 15 in each size to give everybody a good variety. So I picked a style and I expanded that style. So I sold 25 pieces. I ordered 33. So I focused on, okay, I need 6 more extra small Julias to be where I need to be. I ordered those, and the next time I bought smalls. The next time I bought mediums, and then when I got my Julias up to where they needed to be, so I had a good selection, I went on to Nicole's. So really expanding the variety that you have, not launching a style with just 2 or 3 in each size, or say, hey, if you want me to bring on, Monroe's are a good example. If you want me to bring on Azure, but you're small, I'll just order a couple of smalls for you. It doesn't give people variety. It doesn't tell people you're invested in this. If you went to a store and they just had 2 or 3 in random sizes, you wouldn't buy it. You want to find your size in the style that you like. So making sure you have a good variety in everything, and then move on. What I did when I knew my business plan, I thought about what styles I wanted and what styles are going to sell well in the winter, or I thought, and then what was going to sell better in the summer. My plan was to bring on Azure and Perfect Tee for a spring fling sale I had at the dance studio that I talked about. And so I told everybody, hey, I'm going to have Perfect Tees and Azures. And so for the 2 months leading up to that sale, I would order 2 of each size Azure until I had 10 of them. And then I ordered 2 of each size Perfect until I had 10 of them. So when I launched, I had a ton of product. But while I was building it up, it just kind of sat in a box. And I got good variety that way by ordering, every week or two, I would order a couple. So that gave me more variety and not a lot of doubles. And it wasn't as much of a financial hit because I was doing it over time. So I think if you can plan out your plan and what you plan to carry, then you can expand from there.
I think it's really good points. To make sure you plan and think about what you're going to do in the future and what you want to wear in that season too, because you're the model. People want to see what you have on. So don't bring on something if you think, oh, I'm never going to wear that. Find something that you're going to wear. So as Jessica was talking about how she ordered often, so that's something that I did. And I made sure that I tried to place an order once a week because, at some point I decided I wanted to make sure that I was ordering at least 175 pieces a month. Like that's a good goal, and that's also a number that you would need if you had someone in your downline. So I was like, all right, that's my goal. I'm going to try to do that. But 175 when I first started just seemed like too big. It was a lot of money to me. So I broke it down to ordering like 44 pieces a week. Like, all right, I can work for that. And that helped me grow my inventory and it helped me to reach my goal of 175. And I found that once I started ordering more, it felt completely counterintuitive, but once I started ordering more, I sold more. So I would have, like Jessica said, like 10 things, like 10 Randys. I can think of one party I had where I had like 10 Randys in one size. And all these people were like, oh my gosh, these Randys is so great. And this party went crazy over the Randys. So people are buying more than one because I had such a big selection. They didn't feel like they had to hold back. Sometimes I find that when you don't have a lot, someone might buy one and leave some for their friends, but they weren't doing that for this party. And then I had a party. So after that party, and I sold all these Randys, like, oh my gosh, it's awesome. Then I had another party, but my inventory wasn't coming in yet. But I didn't have to worry about that because my sizes were so expanded that, okay, well, they don't know that yesterday I had 15 of these and now that I only have 6. There's plenty to still go around. So if you do consistent ordering and you plan ahead, you don't have to really worry when things go in back order or when things are not coming on the day that you expect. I know it's really easy to be frustrated when an order doesn't come on time. You're like, oh, I ordered specifically for this party. What are they going to do? I don't have any new stuff. Don't worry about that because nobody really knows what you have. Even if they've gone to your online sales, you'd be hard pressed to find someone who's memorized every single pattern that you have. And then, as you know, as consultants, that things look totally different when you see them in person versus online. So don't hold back just because you didn't get an order in on time or anything like that. You're going in there because your goal is to sell clothes. It's not to hold on to things for maybe or only sell new things. You want to sell everything. So don't feel any hard feelings towards your inventory. Embrace your inventory and love it and bring it to everybody.
I can say too that when I first started, I felt that way, like, oh my God, I don't have enough, or, I'm down to like only 20 total Irmas, but everybody's not going to buy every piece at every party. So if not enough Irmas, they're going to go for a Nicole or, I used to really stress about getting my new inventory in so I could bring it to that party. But now, at this point, when you get your inventory expanded to the point where you have a great selection, I have 150 pieces coming in on Friday, and I'm not opening that box. Like, I'm going to this huge multi-consultant pop-up that I have with all my old stuff. So I sell that stuff, and then I have new stuff for when they shop online next week. So you find yourself actually going in the opposite way. Like, I'm going to bring the stuff I already have and save all this other stuff for my next sale so it's all new to them too, because everything does look different. And make sure that you're ordering one for one. So when you sell a Julia an extra small, order a Julia an extra small, and then order on top of that. So don't replace one size with the other to try to build. Like make sure you're ordering one for one and then expanding from there.
Very important. So engaging your customers. I know we just spoke about posting in your group and putting engaging posts in there so that people will talk back, but also, talk to your customers. When you go out, make sure that you are not just standing against the wall, like with your cell phone and kind of like, make sure you go out there, have fun. This is just shopping with friends. This is a pretty easy job. Like you just go out there and be like, oh, what are you looking for? Show people what the different styles that you have and how they fit. Find out something about them. Are they someone who normally wears skirts? Then direct them towards skirts. Do they feel more comfortable in a dress? Like, oh, I have this great dress, it's got pockets, or the new Carly's out, super comfortable in the summer. Just explain what you have and talk to people normally and listen to them. Listen to what someone says. If someone's like, I will not wear leggings at all, they're like, okay, don't just keep pushing the leggings on them. Find something else. Find a skirt. Find something that they'll like, and encourage people to try things on. That everything looks different once you have it on your body, and they'll really appreciate that. I mean, don't just push like your most expensive thing. So one story I have is I have a friend of mine, and she wanted an Amelia so bad. Like that was her thing. I'm going to your party, and I want an Amelia. So she put on this Amelia, and she came out, and she's like, all right, I like it. I was like, but she wasn't smiling. Like, I don't know if this is really for you. This might be a little too stuffy for you. Maybe you need to try this Nicole. All right. So she went and tried the Nicole and came out like with this big smile. She was spinning, she was beaming. It's really important that the person that puts on the clothes also feels good in the clothes. Don't just try to push your most expensive product. You want people to trust you and they'll come back to you. And through her, I've met so many new people. She tells everyone, Thea won't turn you wrong. She'll show you things that look good for your body. So, be a friend with your customers. Make sure that they go home smiling because they are your best advertisement. Keep them in the loop, and if you're getting some new stuff, let them know. These people then turn into your hostesses, and you have to treat them like gold.
I think customer service is huge, and I know that there's some of the girls that do the 10 punch cards, buy 10 get one free. I'm not organized enough. I can't keep up with that. I do way too many sales. I tried for a hot minute and it was stressing me out. So too bad, so sad I don't do it. But what I do is I know who buys from me a lot. I know who's consistently buying from me. I know who's consistently engaged in my group. I know who consistently comes to my pop-up. So, when Michelle buys a dress and I have the perfect pair of leggings to match, I throw the leggings in for free. When we're at a pop-up and she comes for a pop-ups or my public pop-ups, I know she's probably bought 10 items from me in the last 6 weeks. I, say, hey, why don't you pick out a shirt to go with that skirt? Those are the sort of things, and they remember that. Or, I don't unicorn hunt for people. I don't look around for people, but my regulars, if they say, hey, I'm looking for a purple perfect tee, it clicks in my head, and I might call and say, hey, I got that purple perfect tee that you wanted. Just those little things make people feel like you know them personally. It makes them feel like you care about them, that you're connected with them, and those are little things that we can easily do to help them out. Just throw in that pair of leggings, or offer them a little something. It doesn't have to be an X, Y, or Z you have to meet to get something special.
Very true. People remember, and that all makes your group grow organically. So always tell them about your Facebook group, and they'll tell their friends. So if someone has a good experience with you, they'll tell their friends. You don't have to go to different tactics like, I'm going to give away a pair of leggings if you add 1 million people to my group. Sometimes that can get you into trouble, because now for the person that got added to your group and has no idea why they are there, who you are, or what these clothes are, they might mark you as spam, and that puts you more on the radar to end up in Facebook jail in the future. So you really want to work on organic customers in your group. So it's really more about the quality rather than the quantity. Having 1 million people in your shopping group who are just waiting for the moment for you to give away something free doesn't really help you. It's just a whole lot of people there. You want to have people who are shopping. My group is finally gotten fairly big. I mean, not as big as others, but I can make consistent sales in there. I know that the people who are there because they want to be there. I didn't add anyone with any incentives. They came on their own, and I find that to be really important, and it really keeps keeps spirits high. You know, you don't want anyone complaining on your page or feel like you have to make things extra locked down because you don't know who's there and who doesn't really want to be there. You want people who are there who are customers.
And like I said, people that aren't looking for the next free thing. I can tell you the last time I did a free legging giveaway when I started with Shop the Row. I said, hey, if you set up an account, then I'll give away a free pair of leggings. But before that, I can't tell you the last time I did a giveaway. Like when I see girls, it's good to be generous. Don't I'm generous. I give away free leggings all the time. Like just sneak things in their package. Or when I had a bunch of extra Fourth of July kids leggings, I stuck some kids leggings in when I knew they had a kid that was in that size. And wrote a little thank you note that said thanks for being consistent. But I don't do giveaways every other week. I don't do a legging giveaway every week. I just they're there because they want to shop and they get good customer service. They're not there because I'm constantly giving things away, marking things down, saying private message me for discounts. I mean, those aren't things that I think I ever do. It's not. It devalues the brand. The stuff will sell on its own. It definitely will. And if you're gonna have like a clearance or hasn't been around too long, that's definitely more for an in-person type sale. And I appreciate you coming, but I don't recommend it. I don't recommend dropping your prices or trying to move stuff that way. People will come to you. They'll buy.
Right. And I know people say that everything sells, and it's totally true. I've had things from my initial inventory that I thought I was going to die with. And then someone will come along and be like, oh my gosh, that is beautiful and I want it, just because they've never seen it before. So I make a point of not discounting anything. And the reason why I don't is because I know how I am as a shopper. I know that if I go to the Gap or somewhere, or I go to the mall, there are certain stores that I do not buy anything full price, because I know that if I just wait a little bit, I'm going to get it on sale. And you don't want your boutique to be like that. You want people to be there. I mean, people are going to buy it if they want it. We've all seen that happen. And if someone really wants something, they're going to buy it. So you don't need to incentivize someone to buy something by dropping the price. It doesn't really increase the value of what you have. It just says that what she's normally selling it for is not what it's worth. It's really worth the sale price. So, you just want to keep integrity in the brand by not dropping your prices just because you think you've had something for a while. Just wait a minute and someone will come into your house and be like, ah. So it happens.
Another great way to move things too, like if you've had that pair of leggings that have been around forever or that shirt that's been around forever, make some outfits. Like pair it with a pair of unicorn leggings, like ice cream cones, physical unicorn leggings. Pair that with like an odd color shirt that actually matches those leggings, or people will buy things like that. You can definitely, if you make things an outfit and or even model something, then that will get people moving on
it. Right. I often, if something is hanging around for a while and it's in my size, I will put it on, and I do a lot of videos in my group, so I'll either be wearing it in a video, or I'll take a picture, post on my Instagram, I'll do something. So I do that with things that aren't moving, and I do that with stuff that I have duplicates of. It's especially awesome if I have it in duplicates in different sizes, because everyone wants what they don't have. So I'll put on something and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I love blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, well, I have it in large, extra large, and 3XL. And boom, they are gone. So, I know that a lot of people, when you start LuLaRoe, it's like, oh, it's great, so exclusive, and people don't have duplicates and blah, blah, blah. But, duplicates can be a blessing in disguise. You can move a lot with a duplicate. Encourage your customers to post pictures of themselves. I find that when people will post a picture of themselves wearing something that might have been sitting around forever, might have been brand new, the moment they post a picture, someone will ask me or send me a PM, do you have that in my size? That's so cute. Do you have that? That's amazing. So pictures are worth 1,000 words. I don't know. They're worth a lot. So you really want pictures on your group. You want to, when someone posts a picture, make sure you tell them how great they look. Encourage people to post themselves. I mean, it's a big deal to post a selfie. I mean, we're women, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll find every flaw that I can about myself. So if someone is brave enough to post, not only are they helping their business, you need to praise them and thank them for doing that. And it's really important. It's like the best marketing you can find. I missed something. So I wanted to talk to you.
We went off on a tangent.
Yeah, we went off. We're hitting the points, but we're going all around. I also wanted to talk about how to prep your hostesses. So whether you're doing an online or an in-person sale, make sure you tell your hostess what to expect. I always tell people, I do both parties. I do online parties and I do in-person parties. So for an online party, I'll let them know exactly how it's going to go. I'm going to post ahead of time and let people know about the prints and whatever. And then this is how the party works. And I do it in a group. And I want you to be engaged, the hostess to be like she's shopping with her friends in person. You really have to let the hostess know how to connect with her customers. Like, tell her that a personal message goes a lot further than a group message, because anyone who's received a group message, you really have to answer because someone will. But a personal message, you're more likely to say, yeah, I'll be able to come to your party, or, oh man, I'm not going to be home that day. So personal messages are really important. And then for in-person, the same thing. You want your hostess to be engaged. I don't like them to have food and stuff in a far off room, because we know that everyone hangs out next to the food. So I like everything together. And same thing, personal messages, and tell her what to expect. I like people to help me to bring things in and out. Just tell them up front, I'm going to be bringing a ton of stuff. If you could give me a hand, or someone in the house could give me a hand, would be really nice. And then make sure that you reward her. Don't nickel and dime your hostess. They are helping your business greatly. They're introducing you to their friends who may not know LuLaRoe at all, who may become your customers and maybe even a future hostess. And you want them to talk about you in the most positive way possible. Always be really respectful and be respectful of their space and their time. Anything, Jax?
I touch base with them multiple times throughout. Like if I notice that there's not a lot of people RSVPing, then I'll say, hey, have your party's a week away. Now would be a great time to look through your list of maybes and send out some text messages, get people engaged. I'll try to post more if I feel like the girls aren't engaging. Like, hey, do you guys have questions? Or I'll post more of my outfits of the day. So try this Amelia dress, try to get the girls engaged. If the hostess gets it, it works amazing. Sometimes they don't get it, and sometimes it's hard, and you do everything you can, and you don't get anywhere. But a lot of times people latch right on, and they see the benefit of their actions as well.
Right, and they're getting paid for their work. You're giving them a new outfit, a new wardrobe. Let them know that the more they put in, the more they get. So one thing I also wanted to talk about was multi-consultant sales. I know that is a hot topic.
Hey, Thea.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I add something, or can you speak about something?
This is my husband.
I want you to say your quote.
No, I'm not going to say my quote because Thea has to say it. But yeah, with the whole hostess section, there have been times that we've had great hostesses that they went about their ways and, invited people personally. They did everything that they could, but the sale was just a bust. You should still reward them for their efforts so that they're not just like, I felt used, I didn't get anything, and then they're not necessarily a happy customer. Keep in mind that as long as they're doing that effort and kind of giving 110%, throw them a bone sometimes. Even if they sold 5 things, give them a free item, 2 free items, whatever, just to kind of as a thanks for your effort.
Yeah. I often give my hostesses a free pair of leggings for helping, and I know that's like a thing that a lot of people do in LuLaRoe, but I don't really talk about what I'm going to give them free for just helping me. I just do it at the end, like, oh, I'm really thankful, extra leggings here, or Patrick for your husband or something, something like that. Right. So I'm going to go back to multi-consultant sales. So multi-consultant sales are huge now. They are everywhere. I see them. You probably see them or have participated in them. They're always on my Facebook screen. This party, that party, this one. They're all right, but they are not the way to go for every day. With multi-consultants, those people are usually people who, at least the customers, are usually people who are new to LuLaRoe. It takes a lot of time. You have to do a lot of posting in your group about multi-consultant sale. And, sometimes you can make a lot, but is it really a sustaining thing? Like, are you going to get a long-time customer from it? So I would caution to not spend tons of time in multi-consultants. I know that in our own team, we have our own sale, but with that, I really believe that, when I started that was just so we can move a few of our older prints just so that people can see something new, maybe learn something on how someone else is conducting their online sale. But I would not use that as your main focus for LuLaRoe. You want to use your time smartly. You want to use your time and to get the most out of your time. You want to be able to make the most when you're doing the least amount. Do you have anything to add?
I just think a lot of them, I don't do any of them except for Flash Forward and the leggings, because I just think a lot of them have a lot of strict requirements, and it ties up your inventory for 3 days. Like, I rarely have a 3-day stretch that my inventory can be posted to some website. Like, I have something to do, I have to do inventory, I have a sale, I have an online sale. So I think that if you book smartly and you schedule yourself, I work full time, I have 2 kids. I do my group online sale, 1 or 2 in-person pop-ups on the weekend, and then usually at least 2, maybe 3 hostess battles, usually on Sunday night. So, by the time I get done Sunday night, we're shipping Thursday sale and Sunday sale on Monday, photographing Tuesday, uploading Wednesday, sale again on Thursday. So I think if you can come up with a good rhythm and a good scheduling rhythm, like CSS, you know what days you have available. Like, I know I do in-person pop-ups on Saturdays, and I sometimes send events on Sunday. So if you know your schedule, you shouldn't have 3 days available most weeks that you can store your stuff up on a multi-consultant for that long.
Right. I do the every other day as well. So my parties, I do a group party on Monday. I have a hosted party online on Wednesday, and then I do in person on Saturday nights. So you just got to get into your rhythm, and you will go far if you have a rhythm. And that helps you too when you're scheduling things. Like, okay, well, I always have Wednesday night. Are you available on XYZ Wednesday? It really helps. Do we have anything else? That I have other things on this list. So
I would say too, like, just back on booking parties, like, it all snowballs. Like, I started in November, and I think that is a high week. The Christmas holiday, people are buying outfits for Christmas parties and New Year's parties, and then everybody gets their tax returns. So I definitely think I started on a high. No in fashion and selling clothes. So this summer was a little bit of a lull. I kind of chose to slow down a little bit because I was a little bit burnt, but seeing my team and my girls struggle with booking and trying to help them get creative with booking, and then when I decided to pick it up again, I had a little bit of a hard time getting the ball rolling. But once you get your ball rolling and you get parties booked, you can say, hey, if you book a party here today, when we have your party, you'll get an extra piece for free. Or, when Sarah comes to your party in 3 weeks, then she gets 10% off her order, or $10 free. Or, you can do incentives like that while you're at a party, and then it snowballs. And then you have people contacting you, and then you don't have enough time to do all the pop-ups that need to happen. So it's hard to get the ball rolling, but once you get it rolling, and if you're smart about it, and you encourage people, then it can definitely snowball. And people don't know what the hostess is getting. So in the beginning, I talked about, hey, do you know, or I posted in my group, do you know my latest hostess got $120 in free clothes? And I think that worked. Trisha just did that, and I think it worked. All of a sudden, she got like 6 parties booked with people here. Hey, $120 in free clothes, I can do that. And it goes from there. So don't be ashamed to, like, share hostess rewards and motivate people that way and tell them about what's going on.
That's very true. I started LuLaRoe in May, so it was right when most people were in their lull. So, it was a lot of pushing uphill. And one thing that I did when I was booking my parties is I did not show my entire calendar. I was not like, oh, I'm totally free for the month of August. I gave people 2 dates. You can pick this date or that date. I'm like, you got to pick it because I'm really busy. Create urgency in your clothing. Like, I don't recommend that you ever leave your inventory up for multiple days because you are too busy for that. Even if I wasn't that busy, I am way too busy. I want it to appear that I am too busy to have my inventory up for 3 days because I got other parties going. You got to catch me while you can. So that, I think it's really important to make it urgency. And that helped me start booking a lot because people were like, oh my gosh, really? You only have these 2 dates? Give me the first one. And then the next person would come up, or I would post in my group, and I would post a calendar. I used to post my calendar when I first started. I would post my calendar, and I would have every day blocked off it didn't matter if I was just going to my son's baseball game. Like, sorry, that Saturday's taken. This one's taken. That one's taken. This one's taken. I've got these 2 days. Who's getting it? Because my last hostess got a ton of stuff. Don't you want to get stuff too? And that was boom, booked up. And I would do that every couple of weeks. I don't think anyone's noticed that the dates started moving around, but I filled my calendar.
They don't pay attention.
Hey, they weren't paying attention. I have no shame in taking down old pictures and putting up new ones. So, do what you got to do to fill. I'm not saying to be a liar, but I'm saying you need to get creative.
I'd rather not say.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's my Siri. Whenever I say anything with an S, she starts talking. I'm like, I didn't call your name. But anyway, yeah, so that brings me to creating and being a victim. So it's really easy to be a victim. It's really easy to look around at other people and see what they're doing and think, oh my gosh, I can't book as much as her. I can't sell as much as her. I can't XYZ like her. Don't worry about them. This is your business. Focus on yourself. I mean, they could be like me and making a fake calendar. You have no idea. So you have to do what you got to do to focus on your own thing. So, like, for example, this week, we all know that Facebook isn't, a lot of people ended up in Facebook jail, or they're afraid of Facebook jail, or Facebook was like loading things really slow. You just have to find another way to get your product out there, whether that means, okay, well, maybe I'll do an online sale. I'll do a live sale on Facebook, or I'm just gonna have an open house at my house. Just find different ways of creating. So find a way. There's an answer for everything. So there's really no problem that you can't really get around. Just I don't know. I'm babbling now.
Yeah, no, and I've learned a lot about like myself and my personality doing this, and made some good friends. But just like things I take away from different trainings are, like lesson release, like say what you got to say, and then get over your pity party. And the negativity should stop right there. Like, so say something to your sponsor, get it off your chest. I don't know how many times I just messaged Thea, like, I'm just gonna whine for a minute and let somebody know this is annoying me, and then I'm gonna move on with my day. And so bring it to your sponsor, but don't bring the negativity to your group. Don't tell your group, oh, they're behind in shipping, so I'm not going to get my stuff. It's not going to be anything new for you guys. It's, hey, like, so I literally have nothing new this week. I haven't gotten for real, haven't gotten a shipment in a week and a half. I have nothing new for my team, but I rephotographed all my leggings. And I maybe had like 20 new pairs of leggings that I hadn't photographed yet. So as far as my group knows, I have 400 pairs of leggings. And I posted pictures of them all spread out on my floor. And I have all these amazing leggings for you guys. Don't just wait till you see them all. I guarantee you I will sell leggings that I have had sitting around for months. And people will buy shirts to match those. And I would say, hey, I'll help you make an outfit. So it's all about how you present it. And yes, I'm annoyed that I didn't get my shipment, but I'm going to make the best of it. And we're going to promote leggings. And I ordered a ton of new Carlys for this big sale, and I'm not going to get them, but my Amelia order will be in, and so I'm going to wear an Amelia now instead of a Carly, and I'm going to push my huge inventory of Amelias that I'm going to have. So you just have to change your game plan and, gripe to one of your friends, gripe up, don't gripe down, don't gripe to your downline, don't gripe to your group, gripe up and get over it and move on. Because if you're negative in your business is going to be negative, and you have to be a creator and not a victim.
And everyone can feel it. They can feel when you're being negative. Through the computer screen, they can feel it. So you just want to always, no matter what you think about your inventory, that's one thing to think about, is that we are now retailers. We are not customers. So it doesn't matter if you think that a print is the ugliest thing in the entire world, because it's not for you. It's for your customers. Someone's going to love it. So you need to embrace everything that you have and be excited about it, and other people will be excited too. I mean, at the beginning, you're gonna have to fake it till you make it. Maybe you're not so excited that you didn't get your order, just like Jessica, but you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, guys, I have such amazing stuff for you tonight. And you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you pick something to show them. You're like, look at this, Nicole, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen. I've got more of those where they came from. You gotta check those out this week. You create the hype, and you push, you can, steer the ship for your sales, where you want things to go. A few weeks back, I had, for some reason, my perfect tees just weren't moving, and I was like, man, what am I going to do about this? So I ordered like four 4 new perfect tees. And I was like, guys, I got these new perfect tees. They're so amazing. I've got new stuff coming. Got to check out my perfect tees. And that week I sold 13. It was crazy. Like I didn't expect that, but I sold 13 from buying 4. They're like, look at this one. This is brand new. And I've got so many more perfect tees because people just weren't looking at the album. So they just didn't even know what I had, but the stuff was there forever. So sometimes it's all your suggestions and showing someone, or, you know, putting something on, pairing it together, put on a pair of leggings with a skirt in the fall. You know, skirts are great in the fall if you wear leggings. You know, there's so much that you can do. You just got to create it.
Hey, do you add something too?
Sure.
Sure. And this goes beyond just
like a voice without a
yeah, no, I'm the voice behind the curtain. So this also goes beyond just selling, because I don't know if everybody wants to build a team and what's their end goals and where they see themselves in 3-6 months or whatever the case may be. But if you're looking to build a team as well, if you're negative to your group, then people that would potentially join under you may not want to because you're negative. And it's like, well, why do I want to go to that drama and be brought down by that person? So you may be, one, losing sales because of your attitude, and then 2, losing a potential customer or not customer, future consultant. So keep that in mind as well. It's not just the clothes, it's the business, because you are business ladies.
I met with somebody today to talk to them about joining my team, and the first thing out of her mouth was, I just want you to know that I was talking to another consultant in Augusta, which is 10 minutes from us, and I met there with my friend. I was in a team with my friend. My friend decided to go with that consultant for reasons that I didn't agree with, and I really wanted to go with you because I like the way you are in your group. I like the way you see your customers. I've been to multiple of your sales. I've been to a lot of different sales in the area from different consultants. And she's like, I just didn't have a good feeling about that other consultant. And it's true. It's just exactly what Al just said. Like, there was just a vibe that she got, and she broke away from her friend who she was in a partner with because her friend chose that consultant and she wasn't comfortable with it. So, there could have been a team there, and it turned into two different things. So it's totally how you present yourself. And if you're having a bad day, just put a smile on. And for that 2 minutes you're on video, you be happy.
That's right. Your vibe attracts your tribe.
I love her. Oh.
LuLaRoe catchphrases.
Oh, God.
So do any of you have any questions? Or anything that we might have missed? Or nothing?
Any burning tips? Giving you guys a hard time?
Guess we did a good job. All right, so Al, let me finish off with Al's quote.
Did you say it with a straight face?
Probably not. So Al wanted me to quote the very, what's a good word for, very smart, very dignified Jay-Z. He wanted us all to know that I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. So, no, keep that in mind. We are a business, and this is a real thing. This is a great opportunity. I didn't even say my own background. I work full time too. I have 2 little kids, and I've got Al, and this is and Al. This is possible, and if you are smart about what you do, and you believe in yourself, and you know your schedule, and be really smart about everything that you do, you can do amazing things with LuLaRoe. And I have been, it's been a little over a year, and I can't believe that I have this team that I have. I mean, I didn't recruit anybody. People just came. And, my sales, I'm like shocked. I'm going on the cruise this year. Things that I didn't think, when I started, I was like, I could be really good, but I didn't think that I could be really good. But you can do so much. And, if you really, just, I guess at the end, just believe in yourself and make a plan, and you can do anything. So this is definitely doable if you're at home. It's doable if you're at work and traveling all over the place. You can do it. So I don't know, do you have any other closing words?
Come to us if you guys have any questions. We're here.
Okay. You can always find us in the group. I'm going to post this onto YouTube and then post the link to Forward when it's closed. So Oh, I see a chat question or something.
Oh, thanks.
Maggie said we're fab. Thank you. Right. So let's talk to you all later. Have a great rest of the night, and we'll do this again soon.
Bye.